Kat and Chloe. It's off. You're like, who am I talking to today? Wait a minute.
Hello, this is Ozone Ocean, and welcome to the Quackcast. This is Quackcast number 317. And today on the Quackcast, we're going to do an interview with the creator of the comic To the Galaxy and Back. We have the fabulous Pitface here to trip us all up. We have the Banes, who is our rock.
Hello.
And we have the magical, marvelous creator of the comic, which is Five the Zombie. Hello, Five the Zombie.
Hey.
Awesome. So we're interviewing the creator of a comic that was featured last year by Quaidagakse, and I'll link to that in the Quackcast notes. I'll also link the comic as well, so you can check that out and, read about the original feature and everything. But now I have to introduce the featured comic, which was Quaidagakse is going to talk about this, and the comic is called Gloom. So take it away, Quai.
Hello, this is Quaidagakse, and the feature I've selected for this week is The Gloom by Avart, and it is rated M for mature. High school student Hitomi ends up at the wrong place at the wrong time of night when she witnesses a young girl wearing her school's uniform get attacked. Strange events begin happening around town, including an unexpected visit to her room by Hayate, a young man who was seen the previous night during the attack. Should Hitomi make acquaintance with strangers? The art is drawn in the traditional manga style. It includes sound effects written in katakana with translations below each panel. The pages are drawn using a variety of mixed media, but the clean black and white lines are from using vectors. There is incredible precision used in each step to draw the characters that can be seen in Avart's other comic page, the Gloom Portfolio. Unlock the mystery of these strange visitors in town and read The Gloom by Avart, rated M. Mature language, blood, mild violence, and some fan service.
Thank you very much for that, Quai. And the featured music this week by Mr. Gum Wallace was for a comic called Sedna. It's a warm, deep blue, liquid, viscous, underwater outer space world of wonder, joy, and luminescent glowing alien creatures. Anyway, that's what the music makes me feel like. I hope you enjoy it. Sedna. And that was the featured music by Gum Wallace. Thank you for that, Gum Wallace. Great theme. A theme for Sedna. You should have a look at the Quackcast notes and click on that link and have a look at the comic too. It's a pretty cool comic. Now, Hannah, how long have you been doing To the Galaxy and Back for?
I'd say it's about like a year now. I started.
Okay, so you put that on Drunk Duck as soon as you started it.
I think I did like at least about 50 pages, and then I uploaded them to the website.
And you've been updating regularly since then in a really steady stream, keeping up the momentum. I love your style. Is it all digitalized? Is it all drawn on a tablet, or do you draw some on paper and then scan it?
No, it's just drawn on a tablet.
Ah, so it's fully digital. So what kind of tablet do you use? Do you use a Wacom tablet or a screen tablet, or what do you use?
It's a bamboo Wacom tablet. So
I use one of those in my office, a bit of an old one though, not like a nice new one like yours. Yeah, but they're great. Very good for working with.
Cool.
Excellent.
Well, you've been great. Been great talking to you. Thank you. See, we go quiet like this just to let you know, like, it's not that we don't have anything to say, but we usually talk over each other so easily, but then nobody can understand anything anyone says. So when we talk to people like this, like you're a guest and stuff, we kind of like, we try to give one another some like room to speak. So we're not like, and fuck everything up. Just so you know.
It's good.
I'll say sometimes we really do talk over each other. So to the Galaxy and Back, it's a story that we're introduced to the last human in existence. Well, we think she is. That's the conceit so far. I don't want to have any spoilers for this. And it slowly progresses, one panel or two panels at a time. It's a very expanded story. So what was thinking behind just doing one or two panels at a time?
Behind the 2 panels?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm lazy. And I kind of, I don't know. I just think it's easier to do like 2 panels instead of just like, I don't know, it being chaos with like one panel up here and then another over there and just like, I don't know.
It's I like that because you only have to scan down, scroll down. That's all you have to do. You don't have to kind of scan across. It's like it's really compelling, and like it makes you want to click forward like crazy.
Yeah, and maybe
you want to get to what happens next, and the story like jumps right in. It jumps right into it from the beginning. So it's just a little taste. It like starts with a very exciting, huge kind of scene, and you just have to keep going. I like it. I was wondering about that too. Like why the
me too. It's very consumable. I mean, both as a reader, but a lot of times when I read comics, including yours, I think of it also from a creator's perspective. And I've thought of that a couple times. Like, what if, because sometimes it can be overbearing sometimes to like, it's as dumb as it's going to sound the way I say it, to complete a page, like a whole comic page when you have like 20 million like panels all over it. And you're like, Jesus, dude, like if I could at least, like, I don't know, like cut the page in half and then just like throw it on, and maybe it would be a little bit easier to like handle it in your mind. So does that kind of go on too, or?
It is way again, like just doing 2 panels at a time. It's easier. Like I know like how I'm going to do things when it's just 2 panels a lot, which I usually create thumbnails and stuff. If I'm doing like a big comic page, like usually not for To the Galaxy and Back, but just for like, other projects. If I'm doing a big comic page, I do thumbnails.
Okay.
But yeah, it is confusing. I get confused easily.
It's a good idea because you can create a lot more when you're doing that, when you're not having to think about multiple panels all the time. You're not having to think about layouts, which are quite complicated. Cut out all those steps. You're just going to the crystalline simplicity of one panel, one panel, one panel. And like Pitt said, it's so much easier to read. You consume the comics so easily.
I'm glad it's easier that way.
It is, but it wouldn't be if it was super wordy. Like if it was like 2 panels could still be packed with text and yours isn't. I love that about it, that it kind of jumps right into it. It's very dramatic at the beginning. And it's like explanation waits for like a long, you're way into the story, like a long way before you get kind of more of an exposition and more text. I love that. I think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, I'm glad we never open up with this wall of text, or like we're not even sure, like unless I missed it when we started, like we don't even really get like where or when it is on Earth, or like what, there's this girl and her father has this lab and something happens and then she's sent off. And then it just kind of takes off from there, but very minimal explanation, which I mean, we've talked about this many times on the Quackcast before. We're all kind of fans of that, so.
Yeah, and your comic does that really, really well. It limits the exposition.
Thanks.
It follows all the best practices. The world is introduced to us through the story, which is the perfect way to do it. So far, we've got 2 alien races in the comic. We've got the lizard guy and the cat people. So how did you come up with the cat people?
I can't help but wonder too if there's a little time travel involved or something, because I mean, this thing that she got into, I presume that she doesn't really know what it was, and like how she ended up in this place. And for these aliens to think that there's not any more humans yet they know of Earth, that's kind of appetizing. Like, makes you think like something here has changed. But just like the character, we wouldn't know what it is yet, you know. So she has a lot to learn, and you learn it with her. But so I just find as I read through this comic, there's so many questions that I'm asking in the back of my mind, and I love that you don't just slap a little edit box on there that's like, this is when this and this happened, and then back when the wank off galaxy or whatever happened, and then everything came into being, and then it's cool. You don't do that. So and another thing that I find that that's intriguing is you seem to really favor facial expressions in your artwork. Like, I was wondering what inspired you, because it takes over almost not over the body expressions, but a lot of the panels are so very medium shot, so close up and stuff, that there's really emphasis on the faces, and which is a very good thing that you're good at the expressions, you know? So I was curious what inspired you to take that kind of approach.
I have a lot of, just for like inspiration, like, I guess I'd say like, for the art kind of, like, I really love, like indie games, I guess, like, you know, like that old, like indie art style kind of thing, like, Psychonauts kind of like, but that's not really, you know, that's just an example of an old game I'm talking about.
Sorry, it was kind of a, question. I'm sorry. You can take a minute to think about it and stuff if you want.
Okay. I'm really inspired by like old art styles, like Doug TenNapel. Like, he's one of my favorite artists. Like, he's a really great comic artist. Like, I'm so obsessed with him. So, like, I've been
TenNapel, you said?
That's what inspired me to create this. Like, after reading one of his comics, I decided like I should do my own, because I don't know, nothing was really stopping me. Kind of like his comic Gear, the way he illustrated it. The panels, they're not taking up the whole entire page. You know, he'll have, at least if you look it up, if the panels are kind of blocky and they're either 2 panels or like 3 maybe, and the art is kind of thick lined. The expressions are just really like wild, and just everything about that guy I'm really into.
It's almost like
Doug TenNapel. I just found him. Doug TenNapel.
You said,
yeah, he created the Neverhood and Earthworm Jim. That's what it is.
I almost would have thought it was like kind of some kind of animation that you are into, like I don't know, some old Bluth or Disney or something like that, because it's just so expression.
It definitely looks like that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Can you throw a link up for that you found of that artist, man? Baines, whoever got it?
Sure.
It reminds me a bit of that, the animation style, the Nickelodeon Cartoon Network cartoons, you know, Dexter's Lab.
Oh, he did Earthworm Jim, yes, which you're...
Oh, really? Oh, damn it, man, I should have known who that was right away then. That's awesome. That's wicked.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And definitely see the relationship with your style to his style, for sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so have you been drawing your whole life, or?
Pretty much, yeah. I guess. I wasn't drawing, so, you know.
Right.
So how did you come up with the designs for the alien race, you know, for the cat people?
I had a design for Cat for a really long time. Like, I used to draw her a lot in my sketch pad, but I didn't really know what I wanted. Or, like, there was this one time where, like, the concept art for her was kind of like a Judge Dredd kind of thing. Like, she was like a cop kind of thing. And she went through a lot of phases. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've been trying to come up with a story for a while. Now that I finally got it, I think it's going to be good.
Is the whole thing mapped out, like the whole story worked out all the way to the end, kind of thing?
Yeah, I have a whole notebook full of my ideas and everything. So I'm just like, I'm so excited to get the pages out so I can like show people what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's great, man.
You've given her like some kind of defining page telling us about the difference between the males and the females, different facial markings, and all that kind of stuff. Just this one little sheet there. So what is the name of this species? Are they cats?
The species is called Phylaces. It's like the name I'm working on, but like I feel like I don't know the name I'm going to say for it. Like I feel like that's something I should already have thought out. Like I haven't thought of like the pronunciation of that. Like like I just like written it, and I just like let other people like figure it out.
Right.
So that it seemed like something that you had, like the genders and this alien race and stuff like that is something that you had kind of had concrete in your mind for some time. Like, you're reading through the comic and I was kind of taken aback for a second because there's all these other questions that I have in my mind. And then you get to that part that you have that's all of a sudden is about the genders and the cat aliens, and like it never even occurred to me. And I'm like, oh, what's this? So the one thing that I wasn't wondering kind of gets elaborated on.
The people that like on my Tumblr were asking like about her gender and everything. Like I would get questions a lot about like is cat a boy, or like people will go like refer to her as like he, and I would I'm just gonna make a whole thing about her gender so people will know
a page and address it.
Yeah, and all the questions that you have later, they're all going to be answered. That's why I'm so excited to get the other pages out. Because,
it's progressing well so far. I like the little ray gun that Kat threatens her with. It's like something from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That is a huge inspiration in like Hitchhiker's Guide. Like I've been obsessed with that for so long.
Oh, awesome. The film or the book or just everything about it?
Yeah, I might put like a two-headed alien in the background, maybe.
Yeah.
Zaphod needs to visit. So it's hard to talk around the story because I don't want to spoil it, so you have to talk around it.
Well, it's the interesting development, and I think I could say this because it's not really spoilers. It's in the comic, and I think it's your way of kind of starting off on something. But interesting development is both of these characters we're learning have something to do with their families, getting back to their families. There's some underlying theme that's developing too, that these alien races, there's something oppressive or tyrannical in the background, because both Kat and the I don't remember the other one's name, the more kind of like lizardy looking alien, they both end up mentioning their families, their races that they need to help. And then so is there going to be some kind of big arch baddie in the background eventually, or is it just going to kind of
there's aliens at the beginning that are taking Earth. They're kind of like they're going to be the big guys of the story.
You almost forgot about those because we've got so much of the developing relationship between Zoe and Kat that we forget about the aliens that were the cause of her going away from the Earth initially. Oh my god, spoilers!
Every time you talk, just slap a great big spoiler alert alarm over your face.
Spoilers. So you posted this on Tumblr and DeviantArt, is that right?
Yeah.
So you must get a lot of feedback on the comic, and well, it has influenced your comic in one specific way with the character page with Kat, but has the feedback had any other force to, influence or change the direction of the comic at all?
Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry. I gotta check the background.
That's all right. So you've got the comic on Tumblr and DeviantArt, and you get a lot of feedback from those sources. Has that influenced you to change the comic in any way?
No, not so far. Like, I don't think I'll change it or anything for other people. Like, there's a lot of, I also post it on, Tapastic. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't really. Okay. But, the people on there are like, they say a lot of like questionable things, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my thing. Like, just whatever.
That's intriguing. What the questionable things? Yeah. You wonder what they're saying over there.
What kind of questionable things?
They just say like things like, how like Kat and Zoe are kind of becoming like a thing. Like, obviously kind of become a thing. They're just like a lot of people that are, if this comic if they become like a lesbian couple or something like that, like they're not going to read it anymore and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Just, I know.
I'm sorry about that comment. I was grumpy. It was early in the morning. I was reading. I meant it the other way around, but no. I was like, it better happen soon. No.
A lot of people are okay with it. They're just like, I don't know. It's just strange. Like, some people like really like it, and then some people are just like, no. Like, and some people go like, oh my god, she's a furry. Like,
man, I'm sure I don't have to tell you because you seem like you've got this all nailed down pretty well. So, but just don't let people like that deter you from writing it how you think it should be written, because then you're going to sacrifice something that you've done. You know what I mean? Like, some part of it will become insincere to you. So just kind of, I don't know. You know what I would do? Like, when if somebody says stuff like that, because I don't really get that on Putrid Meat, which it doesn't really surprise me because, like, I just get the lowest of the low reading that comic. That's all. So we're all scumbags. So everybody's fine. Everybody gets along.
Hey, I read that comic. Oh,
case in point. But what was I going to say? Oh, what I was going to say, traumatizing for those people reading it who hate that kind of thing, and just make it as loud as possible. Just like, yeah, epic lesbians, you know?
Yeah, the part where they're holding, like, those people are just like, they were like, oh my god. I don't know.
Wow, in this day and age, it's weird.
You actually see their screams in the comments.
Yeah, someone was like, seriously, they were warning me. Like, they wrote on my page, they were like, I'm warning you right now, if you write, like, these couple as, like, gay characters, like, your comic is not gonna, lift up or anything, and it's gonna, like, people aren't gonna like it, and I'm just like,
multiple people are saying that? More than one person?
Like, I've gotten a couple people, like, and I don't know, it just seems silly to me. I think it's just that website, like, I think that it's just a lot of old people on there. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
That's
like, I don't know.
Old people crossed over with, like, a troll type or a loud online type. It's going to be
that's what it feels like.
I'm warning you. You better not do.
I'm warning you.
I picture that's like a 75-year-old person in this.
Later, they came back and apologized, which was good. But I was just like, you're still a little like dumb.
Yeah. Somebody's got way too much time on their hands.
God, I can see.
I remember when I first, when I first read Modest Medusa. It's about, like, a little snake girl, like a gorgon, who comes into this dude's house through his toilet, kind of thing. And I remember when I first started reading that first couple pages, and it did, I don't know, I guess because of anime or something, or just because of something, it crossed my mind that I hope this doesn't go in a weird direction. I was just like thinking, like, okay, this like.
It was because of the tentacles, man. As soon as you see those,
it's something like that.
Somebody's something, man. You know it. But
the comic is very much like non-sexual, like same as To the Galaxy seems to be so far. But it's like, I don't know. I was worried, but like Jake, the writer, addressed that on like this third page or something like that. He's like, ew, no, nothing like that's gonna happen. You're a kid, and it really like put me at ease. I was like, okay, I can read this comic. You kind of never, like, reading a webcomic, you kind of never know what you're gonna get. So I guess I'm empathizing with those odd comments.
Oh, Baines, you're on the wrong side.
I just realized.
Oh, no.
I know. But I mean, I didn't say anything. I was just thinking,
I know. I'm joking.
I didn't warn him. I didn't say, you better not, blah, blah, blah. Or I will stop reading.
Oh, it's such a threat. Oh, God. I love it.
I will not patronize this comic anymore. So is it your first comic? 5?
Huh?
Zombie?
Is it my first comic?
Is it your first comic? Yeah.
I had a comic in the past that was kind of about the dude on my icon. Like he's like this evil scientist kind of guy, and I was wanting to do more about him, but I'm gonna finish this comic first and then go on to that, I think.
Okay, so so it's out there, but yeah, this is To the Galaxy and Back is what we're doing, what we're focusing on. And I'll jump around a little bit, I'm sorry, because just so I don't forget to ask, what software do you use to put the whole thing together?
I use Psy in Photoshop.
Psy? Is that the drawing program?
Yeah.
Or?
Paint tool
Yeah.
Psy. Yeah. I've heard a lot of good
Okay,
things
yeah,
about
I know that one, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's damn good. Is it still free, or does it cost money, or?
Mine costs money, so I'm gonna be very upset.
I want to look into that. I don't know. I use Photoshop all the time myself, but that has limitations. It's a good photo editing thing, but it's not so good for artwork. It's trickier. So you've also got all your stuff on DeviantArt as well. Quite a collection of things there. Is that where you sort of have your development sketches for To the Galaxy and Back, or have you
a lot of
go on.
my sketch, like I drew Kat and Zoe a lot of different times, like in my sketch pad, and like especially on Psy. Like I have a lot of files that are like super old, but like I've never uploaded them because I wasn't happy with them. Like they've just like gone through so many like different phases, and like I don't know.
Can you hand me that wrench?
I might upload them someday, but right now they're just gonna stay down on my computer.
I like the little the animation you've got on the DeviantArt side of the because you do one panel art.
I forgot about that.
You do that. It's cool.
I feel like it's kind of bad.
No way.
But I mean,
awesome. That is so
I'm
awesome.
just like after I finished it and everything, I was just like, oh wait, and like I just realized everything that was wrong with it, and I was like, oh no.
No, do more of them if you can, because it helps popularize the comic for one thing, which is always a good thing, and it's such a fantastic thing. Have you ever thought of like getting into animation or illustration, like professionally? What is your occupation?
I'm definitely wanting to get into animation. I'm hopefully gonna go to art school eventually, and like I want that to be like my main,
Yeah, like your main vocation. So you're a student now at the moment, or?
Yeah. I'm trying to get my GED and stuff. That's basically it right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good time to produce comics, actually, when people are working really hard. That's how it usually works out.
Yeah.
It helps you distract from all the hard work you have to do. So you've got some great comic producing time in front of you when you're working hard at art school and stuff like that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. I reckon you'll easily be able to become a good animator with this kind of work. It's really groovy. Would you?
Yeah, it's nice and clean.
Yeah.
It's got yeah.
It really does look in that style of like was it named Gennady Tartovsky? Is that the guy who does the Dexter Lab and all that kind of stuff? My Robot Girlfriend, I think, all that kind of thing. It's good stylized facial expression, simplified body form, all that kind of stuff. It's really developed. Go on.
Hang on, sorry. Okay, computer was about to go dead. I forgot. I forgot the trick.
It's always tricky if you've never done this sort of thing before. It is really hard. I mean, we've been doing hundreds of these things, so it gets a bit easier for us. But yeah, I understand how difficult it can be. I think it was really hard for us until the 200s one, wasn't it, Baines?
It feels, at first it's so awkward to do it. Yeah, it feels really strange. But very much so.
You're doing fantastic. So, to the Galaxy and back, fantastic bit of work. When do you think the story will sort of, have you got an arc sort of projected forward, like you're saying? Would it be it would be completed in a year's time or 2 years or something like that? Have you got that planned out?
I'm not I'd say maybe I give it about 2 years maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not really good with because I just draw the pages whenever I feel like it, because it's just whenever I get it's just my side project.
Yeah.
That's just like how all of us work, pretty much. Yeah. Although with us, it's 6 months in between pages, but
yes, sadly.
Sadly. But you got a lot more, much better regular work. What is your secret behind doing such regular pages?
I didn't know that I did, but I mean, I don't know. I just do it whenever I'm bored. So, if I have time on my hands, I'll just do that. Or if I don't have commission work or anything, that's what I work on.
Okay, so you're doing commissions and making your money by doing art as well. So that forces you into drawing. Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah, I've often wondered about you getting into that kind of stuff myself, but I'm so slow at working that I don't think I produce anything. How does that sort of?
I'll have that sketch for you ready in 18 months.
Pretty much.
Sorry.
How does that sort of tie in with that? When you're doing commissioned work, does it sort of take over and, you have to put in so much work into that and you can't do anything else, or?
I get overwhelmed, but whenever I just feel like drawing and not doing commission work, I just I just go away from the commission work for a minute and then just draw my own thing. Usually.
Oh yeah, it provides you a great incentive not to work on. When you get bored of it, that's the perfect time to produce fantastic pages of your comic. I can definitely relate to that. So, what about the what's your process like? Do you sort of just do line work and then go into the color and set a how do we normally? Well, the way I normally do it is set a my line work to subtract, I think it was, and then draw color underneath it. So, what's your process like for creating?
It's nothing really special. It's just do the sketch and then do the line work, and I don't know. It's just regular coloring and stuff. I don't know.
Well, fair enough. It's hard to
just
think
sort of
about it.
A couple layers or whatever, and then just kind of colored in. Add your shading in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to think. If you've never sort of really thought about your process, it can be hard sort of to explain it. I totally get that. But you have your style is very particular in that you don't do a lot of shading work except for your backgrounds. Mainly you do two main colors on your It's usually like 2 or 3 main blocks of color. It's like very cell animation or cell shading kind of style, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like flat blocks of color. So was that a deliberate thing?
I usually I do that usually for just so that people can focus more on the character, kind of. But like I don't know. In the future, I'm doing more backgrounds and stuff. It's just I don't know. Right now, it's kind of bland. I'm working on it.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's like we say, the simplification makes it very bold and yeah, like you said, easy to focus on. So it's quite really does remind me of animation, the way it's so clean, such clean work. Although Zoe's hair always reminds me of grass for some reason every time I see it.
Everyone said that like my sister that like she kind of helped me like come up with a design for her hair. Like she was like, you should make her look like, you know, like Earth or something. And I was like, I'll just like I'll make her hair green. And that happened.
She does too, yeah, because she's got the brown skin and the green hair. Oh my god, I didn't notice that. She does represent the Earth. That's cool.
I like too that she looks really still very unconventional though. Like she looks cool, but at the same time, like she's somebody you could easily see walking down the street. You know, like go out of the way to make her like, you know, this is obviously like a space princess in disguise or some stupid bullshit like that. So, not to be mean to the people who do that. That was the wrong thing to say, I'm sure. But you don't do it, and it's very nice. Damn it, I'm going to turn my microphone back off again.
No, it was a great comment.
You, it's true, though. Yeah, you're right. Like, you totally buy Zoe as just a regular person, which is exactly what you want, right, in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration for Zoe? I mean, I know you said your sister sort of helped you develop her, but is she based on anyone in real life? That's an important question to ask.
Oh, yeah, and Kat, too, yeah. Question.
I was kind of wanting Zoe for what kind of like I wanted her to be kind of like simple, like kind of like Arthur Dent. Like he didn't really know what he was getting into. It just kind of happened to him, sort of thing. You know, like from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah,
like that's just it's a really huge inspiration. Like that book.
It's a good
and kind of for Kat, like Zaphod Beeblebrox, like the way he acts and stuff. It's kind of, you know, just like an ass. But I mean, she was also inspired kind of by like, especially Kat, like her design. She was inspired by the Gyro Captain from Mad Max, because his hat and like the way he's dressed and the way he acts, and I don't know, he's just a really interesting character to me. So yeah, I draw pilot hats on everyone now. So
that was Bruce. I think Bruce Spencer's famous character from Mad Max.
He's a great actor.
Oh, very cool. Also, your mad scientist. I noticed he has goggles on his head as well. Does he? I think.
Yeah, he does.
Got the same sort of thing. Oh, very cool. So yeah, Kat is also a bit of Ford prefect as well, I think. Zaphod and Ford.
Yeah.
She's.
Like, I don't know. I was trying to make her not as a jerk as like I don't know. Ford prefect is like such an ass at times. Like I don't know. Like I was trying to make her like a jerk, but not like
very Han Solo. I think she's like kind of on that line.
Yeah, he's still an ass, but I mean, you know,
But you love him though. He's like
Yeah.
he's charismatic.
Or creepy. I don't know. Like, he's questionable sometimes. You're just like, I don't even know if I like you anymore. You're so mean.
He is, but he's cool about it. That's what I like.
Yeah, he's cool. But he's mean, though.
That's true. Zaphod, though, he's a bit of a ditz. So I thought that Kat was a bit more in control than that.
Yeah, she's way more, like, kind of like Han Solo, I guess. Like, he's jokey, but, like, at the same time, he's, like, he can be serious, you know? Like,
yeah.
Kat has been through, like, a lot. And you'll see later in the comic just what you heard, you know, from the fight with Doug and everything. Like, her family is basically captured right now.
Yeah.
Like, and she's trying to do everything she can to free them. And she kind of, like, hides it, like, the way she acts. Like, just, she tries to hide her seriousness with jokes and, you know,
yeah,
just that kind of thing.
She's downplaying the seriousness of what's happening. Well, she can't let Zoe know yet.
Yeah.
She has to be secret about that at least. So there's going to be a big reveal. We can't let people onto that part of it. Well, I mean, we haven't even seen that in the comic yet, as it is on Drunk Duck. So that's a secret so far. But it will be the big reveal. So Zoe as a character, I mean, often the author puts a bit of themselves into their characters. How much of you is in your characters so far? Or is there any of you at all in your characters?
Oh, definitely. Like, Zoe, when I started making this comic, like, I was suffering with panic attacks a lot, and it was really hard to deal with. And I kind of wanted to, like, just how Zoe kind of just gets thrown into this world of, like, you know, like,
yeah, fish out of water sort of
unknown
thing.
stuff, and just, like, everything's unusual and scary and just confusing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome. So you sort of took those feelings of the panic attack sort of feelings and sort of used that in order to be able to create Zoe, because she's in a sort of a similar situation that would cause those kind of that kind of thing. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very good. Did that sort of help you explore that? Well, expunge those panic attack kind of feelings or anything like that? Or was it helpful to you in any way doing it that way? Or was it just creatively helpful?
Creatively, and I guess, I don't know, drawing helps me get my mind off things, so, you know, just...
Yeah. Okay. And anytime you get to draw more flying helmets on creatures, that's a good thing as well.
Yeah.
That's usually what I draw. That's my sketch pad.
The added benefit of doing that kind of thing is it helps you like become an expert at that kind of thing. And when you have to do it in your comic, it makes it so much easier because you have to do it like your characters in all those bloody different poses and stuff like that. And, you know, you can draw a flying helmet from any angle, and it's a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Will Zoe get a flying helmet of her own?
It's going to be a huge moment.
Man, I gotta draw her in one. That would be cool.
It'll cover up the signature hair, though, so you know you've got to be prepared to make some sacrifices there. Got to alter the hairstyle to fit under it. Show us some peeping fronds of greenness.
Yeah, it would go over her eyes or something.
Exactly. It sort of opens up avenues for coolness in their hair. Fantastic. She can grow out of her Arthur Dent's cluelessness. Although
I can tell you this though, she gets a weapon later. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
She has had, well, we can't really say unless you read the comic. You can sort of see that she has had sort of a weapon so far, but yes, just for this particular scene. Yes, she is like someone who is like determined and willing to go all the way. She's not a whiner, so like Shinji in Neon.
Yeah, that's how she's like. She's unlike Arthur Dent. Like,
Yes.
she's like, she kind of is, but she isn't. Like, she's actually determined, and things just don't like. I mean, things do just happen to her, but like, she's trying to accomplish something. You know, she's not just out there.
Yeah, that is an Arthur Dent thing. Arthur Dent sort of is almost a spectator on events, and things happen to him, and he doesn't really take an active part very much. He's just there to comment on, oh my god,
Yeah,
this is so
he's just there.
inconvenient. Yeah. But Zoe is an actor within the play. She's making it happen. All right.
She's got a goal.
She has. Well, at the moment, she wants to find out about her parents, or her dad at least, what
Get to
the hell
Earth.
happened. Because it's
Find
such...
out.
I mean, the comic starts off, like Pitt said, in such a sudden way. She's thrown into this capsule by her dad to keep her safe from these aliens that he knows about, and we don't know if she knows about them. And then just wakes up in this desert junk planet. We don't know how she got there, or why she got there, or anything. And we're just slowly coming to a point where we can have that revealed to us. So it's a really good story setup. It's really good.
Yeah.
Although it does take a while to get there because it's only one panel at a time. So yeah, it's gradual. It's gradual. Would you ever go any more than like one or two panels? Like, would you go for three in a row? Or
Yeah, like I can do more panels than two. It's just like I was just thinking that like for now, like if it's just like just regular things going on, like it could just be two panels, or like
okay,
except with the fight with Doug and everything. Like I had a different couple of ideas planned out for like that whole thing, but I was deciding just to go with the two instead.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure so far.
Well, you do sort of like you make decisions and you can cut down the whole action to only fit in two panels, so you don't need to do like a whole big... You can tell the same story that someone would tell in 13 panels in two, and you can do that well. You know, just cut to the next scene after you've shown the essence of the action you need. So yeah, you don't really need it, and it's a great economy of work. That's quite a skill.
It's also like every moment matters. It's kind of like there's one kind of emotion on every page, and it really stands out because of that. Because it's like it's not going through, several whatever's like sort of like a setup and a whatever, some kind of conflict starts. It's sort of like each page is like I don't know. That's the best way I can think of to say it. It's like the whatever emotion is on that page really stands out because that's all that's on the page.
Yeah.
The images are really big, the facial expressions, and again, the words kind of kept down to a minimum. It works really well. Actually, the 2-panel thing works really well. I mean, I could see like reading one if the comic was brand new and you're just trying to start the story as a reader. It might have been a little bit like, oh, come on! Like, what happens? When's the next page coming up? But as it is now, there's enough pages there that you can get the flow of it, and yeah, it's neat. I can't think of another comic that, like, story style comic that's been done that way. I think it works.
Yeah, you're right. It's very unique. It's all your own style, mate. It's like you are the founder of this style, because I can't name another one, so you can own that.
Other than standalone, it's like standalone gags or whatever. Like you have those,
but story comics don't do that.
But story-wise, yeah, I can't think of another one. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so many comics have way too many words. We already said that, but
and too many. I suffer from the too many panel thing. My latest page. I thought
can work too. But,
I thought I would simplify it, and I'd only do 3 panels. And then four panels, and then I subdivided the 4 panels up and did another 3 panels in each of the 4. Oh my god, it's just never ends. So yeah,
it's not you couldn't do the To the Galaxy and Back style for every comic. It just wouldn't work for every comic. It's not like everybody do this, right? Like it just wouldn't work,
Yeah.
Because we would need to. It would just take 85 years to get through like one act of the story or something.
Yeah. It would depend on your style. Like we said with To the Galaxy and Back, it takes the essence. So essence of a scene. So you don't need a whole lot of panels to tell it. You tell the same story in 1 that you would in 10. So yeah. Yeah, like you said, it depends on your style of work. And
it's the way it's written, the way it's drawn. Also, I think makes it work. Like it all fits together into that. Like
exactly, it's a well fit together comic. Oh, so
which you post on a lot of different sites, right? Like which one gives you the most feedback, or what's your favorite site to post on?
Even though I've gotten a lot of ill-mannered people, I think Tapastic is it's good for my comic, especially for because of the panels, since it's like a whole scroll thing,
Yeah.
It's probably easier on the readers too, and I get a lot of feedback.
Oh, so you have tons. You just add a new page, and it just goes to the bottom of a thing you scroll down, or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's cool. I think when we do another redesign of Drunk Duck, we'll introduce that as an option to do vertical scrolling, because that's quite.
Oh, I would love that. I mean, you think look at this comic. That would be a nice way to read it. That's kind of. The one of the downsides of any binge read is the constant clicking. Yeah. You just get a sore finger.
Yeah, because this is one that you really consume. To the Galaxy and Back, you consume it, swallow it down. It's a real, really easy to read because of the way it's done. You can read it quite fast.
Yeah, it's a nice read.
So, Tapastic, you mentioned that has some really bad commenters as well.
On what? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. On Tapastic.
On Tapastic.
Yeah, like I said, the whole relationship thing. People aren't really into it. Some people, and then it's just whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that some comic communities have different different feel to them. Like, say, Smack Jeeves loves their anime-style furry comics, something like that. I'm not sure. They have a reputation. Boy Love, yeah, that's what they love on Smack Jeeves. Comic Fury, they tend to have their own particular character. I'm not sure. Tumblr has its particular character. Drunk Duck seems to be very silent. That's our particular character at the moment.
Yeah. Six or seven people on it.
But yeah, Tapastic, that's a good model to follow with the vertical scrolling. I definitely do that. We've almost reached the hour, actually. I had to stop it in the middle because my microphone was messed up. Sorry for that. But yeah, this has been quite an interesting window into this very particular style of comic creation, because we don't usually see comics in this format. It's really interesting. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
You there?
And go check out To the Galaxy and Back. Definitely, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really good. So everybody,
thank you for having me on the podcast and everything.
No worries.
Nice to have you.
It was really fun.
Even the name is a good clue into the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's got galaxy in it.
Yes. Oh, speaking of names, can we ask you, is there a story behind your name, Five Zombie?
Oh.
Any story you want us to tell?
No. I've just had it forever. I don't know what it means. It's just
Okay.
forever.
Just
Since the beginning of time.
Well, and other than for the zombie, but that's prehistorical, ancient. we don't know.
Oh God.
And then we have no idea what might have been before that.
3.
Maybe. Oh man, you just blew my mind.
That's how it happens. That's how it happens. Well, thank you very much for being on the Quackcast. Five the Zombie, or can we say your other name? It's Hannagrid. Is that right?
Hannah Wright.
Hannah Wright.
That's so. It's easier for people to find. So I mean.
Okay.
I want your hat, by the way. It looks awesome.
Oh, you can see that. Oh, thank you. I'll show you my ray gun from the movie from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh God! Don't get him going on his props.
I'm so excited. I want one.
There it is. If you can
Where did you get that?
Cool.
On eBay. There's like 1,000 of them made, and this is one of them.
I gotta get one. It's so cool.
Yeah, you should be able to. And this would be a great prop for your drawing for Cat's ray gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hers is really clunky looking like that.
All right.